We'll just begin in a moment. Thank you all for joining in. Perfect. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining in. The time is 2 o'clock, and we are here to begin one more learning journey with Dr. Kavindra. So, Dr. Kavindra, I welcome you to today's session. You being the speaker, I'm just waiting you to see on screen. Dr. Kavindra, if you can hear me, please join the screen. And participants, if you all can hear me, see me, and also see Dr. Kavindra, just confirm so that we can begin. Perfect, Dr. Kavindra is here.
Sorry, there was a bit, sometimes.
No problem. So I can see you. I hope the participants can see both of us as well. So good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining in today on this another learning journey that I conduct every Saturday at 2 p.m. So with me is Dr. Kavindra, who has done his PharmD from Bangalore, and he has been working as a clinical pharmacist and also as a product manager right now in Nepal Pharmaceutical Limited. So Dr. Kavindra, I would like to invite you on the session and request you to share your learning journey and also share your experience, because sharing your short brief will not matter much to the participant. You sharing your own story will matter a lot, and then help all of us to learn more from you. So I invite you. Thank you again for consenting to come here and share your experience. You are right now joining in from Nepal, and most of our participants are joining in from different parts of the country, and I hope we learn a lot from you on different career aspects in pharmacy. So thank you so much, and the dais is all yours.
Thank you so much, Manoj sir. And if anybody knows me, like Manoj sir did, and previously I have done my PharmD from, as Manoj sir has mentioned, from the Bangalore, from Kripanidhi College of Pharmacy. So from second year onwards, we used to have the hospitals, that is MBJ Medical College in that time. And I think still the same, I think collaboration is there with the Kripanidhi and MBJ Medical College. Both the colleges comes under Rajiv Gandhi University of Health and Science. When in the beginning, like I was the third batch, I think, or fourth batch of the PharmD in India. So I used to be, so much. I was doing so much of work with the doctors, collaborating with the doctors, and doing the work in the OPDs, in patients and all. So in that time, I got to know that there is another world also called as the pharmaceutical industry. I have to there is the huge careers, we can grow there as well. And likewise, the day has been passed in the 6 years. Then, I used to work with very closely with the doctors there in the MBJ Medical College, and they also used to support me a lot. And I also used to give them a very, real world evidence based data that they can use in their clinical practices and all. So that's why how the things has been gone. And in meanwhile, when Manoj sir also we got connected, because in the same time I used to do few web series, like video interview series like that. And in that time we got to know each other, and he has seen few episode of it, and he said that okay, it's really nice work you are doing and all. Then after I came back here in Nepal, and in India only in MBJ Medical College, I was, as a part of the founding, we are having the residence of the 1 year that I have done in the clinical pharmacologist. As a clinical pharmacologist, I have worked there and due to the guidance of the chief who is handling Unit 4, because of his support and guidance, I was able to specialize myself in diabetes and cardiovascular medicine as well. He was the MD, TM doctor, and the resident who are there, who are doing MD or the DMC. They have also supported me a lot. The thing is, when we interact with the doctors, there should be the learning attitude should be in us. Then they will also help you. In the beginning, there might be some kind of difficulty because we belong to pharmacy profession and they are into the medical profession. But if you go with the proper knowledge, if you go with the proper approach, they will listen to you. And further, if they want any information, suppose like drug interaction is there, if their comorbid conditions are there, I still remember that few doctors were there. They used to call me for, especially Dr. Kavindra. He is having diabetes with hypertension and COPD as well. Which will be the best medication that I can put in this particular patient for this particular disease? Like that, they will ask you. So it will enhance your, practice as well. And moreover, the thing is like when you are working with the doctors, you got to know about the many of the medical ethics, medical knowledge that they are using there, and it will enhance in your career growth. So I have done overall these things in the 6 years of my family. Then afterwards, I came back to Nepal because I'm native of Nepal. I belongs from here. So I came here then after for the few time I worked as a clinical pharmacist as well here. And afterwards, there were a vacancy for the product executive, which is a part of PMT, and a few companies having as a marketing planning department, MTD. So both are the similar thing, and only the names are different, but the things are the similar. So product executive vacancy was there from the leading pharmaceutical company, that is a Nepal Pharmaceutical Laboratory. While I'm presenting you, I'll give you the brief introduction what is the Nepal Pharmaceutical Laboratory and how it has been established. And I went there, so I have seen that there is only one vacancy and there are more than 40 candidates are there. And I cracked the interview and I got the job. And within 13 months, I was promoted as a product manager as well. So overall journey was good. So today's specific, this particular session will be the different career perspective, because when I was doing the PharmD, I used to always think I will go in the pharmacovigilance, drug safety associate and all. And now I am completely different. Now this change transformation has been given me because of the I used to work with the doctors, very closely. That's why. So I used to go to the CMEs as well, organized by the different companies where we can learn about the many things. So I got the ideas. Okay, these all are also the career aspect that future I can expect. So I've chosen this path because I used to, travel. I used to like travel a lot, and I used to, interact with the people a lot. I used to like that lot, and I like that, and in future also I like. So for me, what is good, that I have chosen. I think today when we are discussing about the different career perspective, whichever path you will feel good for you, you can choose that as well. So shall we begin, Manasa?
Yes, definitely. And I really like the thought that you just now told, that whatever we like, we should go into that field. And this is very, very important for all the pharmacists who have joined in today's session, because we normally join pharmacy by chance and not by choice. Number one point. Number two point, most of us get into jobs by chance and not by choice. So again, a big mistake we make most of the times. And all these sessions that we have been doing on every Saturday at 2 p.m. is to create some kind of awareness about all the job opportunities that we have in the industry, so that all of us can take pre-informed decisions. Earlier we did not have this kind of opportunities. No one told us. So some senior joined some job, and then okay, they said, okay, come here, it's a good job, and why don't you just give it a try? And this was happening, and all of us used to choose the same path. But now the things are changing, and they're changing very fast. Thanks to COVID and last 2.5 years, we could achieve so much that we could have taken at least 10 to 15 years to achieve, right? So Dr. Kavindra, So yes, so you please carry on. We would continue our discussion
Yeah.
after the presentation as well.
Yes, sure, sure.
Yes.
So, likely, Manoj sir said he is right as well. So, more than 90%, students they have chosen this particular profession because of, as the sir mentioned. And I have chosen this particular pharmacy because I want to do something unique. And in that time, PharmD was very new. In 2008 in India, they have launched PharmD course. And in Nepal, we started talking about this particular course and all. And I was having, let's do something new. Why not to take something advanced degree in the pharmacy? So because of which I have taken this. So let's begin with the presentation, and accordingly we will, get to know about what is all about. So I think everybody can see this particular.
Yes, I can see participants. Please, confirm if you can see Dr. Kavindra's screen, and also please make notes while he is doing the presentation. I'm sure this will help you a lot. Please confirm, type Y in the chat box if you can see the screen. Thank you so much. Thank you, Neha. Thank you, Debakar. Thank you, Ragul. Thank you so much. Yes, Dr. Kavindra, yes, go on.
Okay, fine. So we are going to see the career opportunities for the pharmacy professionals in the different aspects. So myself, Dr. Kavindra Karna, I'm product manager here in Lapen Cardiac Care, that is the division of Nepal Pharmaceutical Laboratory. Now let's have a brief about the Nepal Pharmaceutical Laboratory and all. What is it's all about, how we work here. So just a second, there is some, okay. So it is a top pharma company of Nepal. It is the first Nepali company to bring cardio, diabetes, and psychiatric medicine in Nepal. In most of the time, we said number first in cardiac division. In sometimes we are number second. Like that, it will be interchanged with our competitors. And 500 to 650 workers around the Nepal we are having, and almost more than like 4,517 crore Nepalese pharma market is there, and in which 565 crore is cardiac segment. This is approximately value that we have presented here, because there is not any like 100% this is actual value of we cannot get those kind of values. This is also has been one survey has been done by the IQVIA. So in that we have found, and that I have presented here. So almost 500 to 650 workers are around the Nepal. So today we will talk about the career opportunities that will be from the pharma industry, that will be from the hospital sector, that will be the others as well. So nowadays, if we begin with the pharma industry and hospital sectors and others, most of the things we are talking in our early stages of our career as well. So the thing that we are discussing today that might be something new to you, or we have focused in those particular areas that can help you in the long run. So let's begin with the pharma industry, where we are mentioned the medical affairs. So medical science liaison, regional medical advisor, like that, or like medical advisor, or assistant medical marketing, like that. You will get the different job titles in the medical affairs. And normally the first choice in India, if I talk about, is MD, MBBS, BDS, PharmD, and PhD were there in India case, but in abroad it is little bit different. Whereas in abroad, if we can see that PhD are the first, maximum the PhD candidates have been hired in this particular area. Then PharmDs are there. Then MBBS, MDs, or BDS are there in, if we see the worldwide. So what is medical science liaison or medical advisor, or regional medical advisor? Overall are the same things. As we know, medical science liaison is a healthcare consultant professional who is employed by the pharmaceutical, biotechnology, or medical device, or by a managed care company, like that. Medical science liaison normally has been employed. Normally, medical science license are deals with key KOLs. That KOLs means key opinion leaders in the pharmaceutical and medical world, who might be the top physician, head of the particular department in the teachings and hospitals. And when they are talking, they have become the they talk more the scientifically research areas, scientifically they talk more with the KOLs. Now, who are the KOLs, key opinion leaders? They are the one who make, new, if they are prescribing the medicine, other doctors also follow that particular, their trend of prescribing, or a doctor, those are the key opinion leaders who practice the medical practice they are doing currently, and they are putting the particular medicine, and because of which they are experimenting that particular drug into, if that is a new drug and they are experimenting and the patient is being well, such kind of leaders also comes under the key opinion leaders, or the doctors who are specialized in this particular, either the cardiovascular, oncology, either diabetology. They are the also the key opinion leaders. But the thing is, like head of the department, they should be there, so other resident also can follow them, or they have to be like one kind of personality in that particular area or particular, territory. So if he's prescribing something, other doctor might be follow him or her. So MSL normally deals with key opinion leaders in the particular in pharmaceutical and medical world, who might be top physician, I already mentioned, head of particular department in teaching hospitals and all. So because of only medical science license, they particularly concerned of the scientific promotions of the product, where are they have when they are meeting with the doctors, they are not mentioning about their brand, that please you prescribe this or you prescribe this particular brand and all. They are just going to the key opinion leaders, or we can say the doctors, and they are only giving about the what are the new research on that particular molecule. Now let's talk about let's just for an example, rosuvastatin or rosuvastatin, some pronouns. So when rosuvastatin, why it is the best current in the current scenario? What are the researches? New research has been done in the last 3 years in this COVID-19 pandemic. Is there any kind of a specific role that it can play with the hypercholesterolemia, or with the heart attack patient and all? So only they are dealing with science, not with the sales. And side by side with other visits, the medical reps give to the doctors, and they remind the brand for that particular, molecule. And they also mentioned that they are from this particular pharmaceutical company, and MSL also mentioned that I'm from this particular pharmaceutical company. So likewise, it create a bridge for the sales as well, indirect bridge they have built. And whereas that the medical science license, they are giving more depth into the scientific product, and they are talking with the interacting with the key opinion leaders in the different territory, because of which they can get the depth insight on that particular medicine. So here the biggest question has came that like the doctor has done the, having the 10 to 12 years of the medical practice, they are having the huge medical advancement degrees already they are holding. Why they need this? Because sometimes more of the times, normally doctors are so much busy with the patients, whole day they look after, they care with the patients, and specifically this particular research topic, they cannot every time they can go. Sometimes they see from their side, sometimes they see online as well. But when the medical science license or pharmaceutical companies are, giving or hiring the MSLs and providing the specific scientific knowledge and new researches to the doctors, it is helping them to to extend their medical practice in some new way, and they can have the more knowledge as well. So because of which nowadays medical science license have been become the medical and scientific arm of the pharmaceutical companies. If we see, so if we see the MSLs are dealing with the KOLs, so they know the 3D view of the therapeutic molecules needs in the market. So because of this thing, particular interaction with key opinion leaders, when medical science license, they talk about the medicines in the same times for the different disease or the comorbid conditions that doctors are dealing with, they can suggest the new molecule also. So I need this kind of molecule because with diabetic hyperlipidemia, this medicine now has been resistance and not working properly. So can we plan something like this molecule we need? Can you do the research? So in that aspect also the medical science liaison plays a very vital role, and they do the coordination with the various department as well. I think everybody is listening to me.
Yes, Dr. Kavindra, you are audible.
Okay. So up to here I am clear, right, Manoj sir?
Yes, very much. Participants, please show thumbs up and put in the chat box. Yes, so Chaitanya.
So this is the one profession that you can take, and one more thing that we can see is that when the medical science lies in interaction with the key opinion leaders, they should have the two things very importantly. One is the scientific knowledge that you carry with along with your soft skill and communication skills. Now, what is a soft skill and communication skill? It will take another 3 hours, So I'm not going into the depth. That is again different training process and all. So in brief, I can say there are more than 26 types of soft skills and communication skills. If we see in the day-to-day life as well, we are practicing knowingly or unknowingly. So if I say that scientific knowledge, after you are carrying your degree, if you are doing a PharmD, either MBBS, MD, or MPharm pharmacology, or you are doing PhD in that particular pharmacology subject, your scientific knowledge will be the weapon, or we can say weapon, however you pronounce, and soft skills and communication skills will be the ornaments for you. So it is a combination of the weapon, like weapons and ornaments. So both the things you need, and you need a balance to create, and you can go ahead. You cannot go to the doctor's cabin that I know better than you. It's never be possible, because their day-to-day life, they are seeing the different kind of cases. They are having the different comorbid cases. They are dealing with the different medical cases and all. Only the thing with the medical science liaison things, if you are planning to achieve your career in this particular sector, then you have to sharp your medical knowledge. Now, for example, what are the different current guidelines? They are not normally present in the book. You have to explore that. What is the prescribing guidelines for the statins? What is the prescribing guidelines for the hypertensive medicine? Whichever sector you want to go, either for the oncology, the same thing. How they are prescribing? If you are prescribing, what are the different trends they are following? So if you are having the scientific degree like a PharmD from the pharmacy professional, then it will help you the more to understand the prescribing pattern. And because when you are having the hospital from the second year onwards, and up to the 6 years you are having the hospital in the day-to-day basis, you will get to know that how the doctor prescribe, how they are thinking for the particular cases, what are the different opinion they can take. So it will give you. So that's the reason, as a medical science liaison in the worldwide, PharmD has been accepted more nowadays. And previously in India there were no PharmD, so same job responsibility has been taken care by the MBBS, BDS, CMDs, even BAMS doctors has been also been employed for the same. And also being a medical science liaison, I have not mentioned here, that is for the research investigation, that you can collaborate with the doctors what type of medicine you need, and further you can conduct such kind of research as well in coordination with your medical affairs department and R&D department and as well. So it is the cumulative it is a work that one is associated with another. So likewise, medical affairs is the one option. If you are having the degree like a PharmD, or you are having the PhD in pharmacology and all. And in few companies nowadays, they are also start taking the MPharm pharmacology as well. So that is the one of the biggest, part that you can take into if you have done the MPharm pharmacology. And if anybody has done MSc pharmacology as well in India, I have seen that the people who has done the MSc pharmacology, from the India. Few pharmaceutical company also hired them as a medical science liaison or in the medical marketing segment. So this is the one opportunity. So moving to next slide. In the pharmaceutical industry, uh, the another opportunity will be the factory, where the research and development research scientist you can take. Now, when we talk about the research scientist, it's not only related to that you have to find the new molecule or new kind of medicine you have to take. That is a one part of the research scientist. Also, like the different new kind of formulation that can help the existing medicine to give to the particular patient in the easy way, and it can work more efficiently in the particular patient. So new kind of research and development in the formulations of the different medicine you can see. That will be also the one of the part of the research scientist team only, but they work little bit differently than the who work in the molecule specialized in molecule basis segment and all. So another is pharmaceutical marketing. If you have done the B Farm or the M Farm, most of time they go with the MR jobs, medical rep jobs, sales in marketing. So when we talk about the medical representatives job, many people think that मैंने B Farm किया है, I have done the M Farm, I have to do the MR, or I have to go in the something like into the clinicals or in something like in in the pharmacovigilance or in the other sectors we can try, like in the factory production officer and all. So we can go. So they many of when they pass out from bachelor in pharmacy or master in pharmacy, they underestimate this particular profession. But medical representative is one of the good and one of the best profession I can say, where it will teach you how the actual life works. You will going to interact with the doctors for the brands, that we are brand promoting for the pharma sales and all. Same time you have to interact with the chemist people for your prescription, how it's coming and all. Same time, the in the respective area there are the distributors, or we can say the stockists who are supplying the medicine to that particular chemist, and that distributor got particular medicine from your pharma industry. So the payment wise, collection wise also you have to go and collect all those things. So it is not that easy task how much we see from the outside the medical rep. Yes, there are the so much of the in the long run, if you have done the medical rep for the 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, there is the huge experience you can gather, and tomorrow you can do your own startup as well. It will give you the different kind of sales marketing always give you the different kind of confidence that can build you and shape you and groom you in such a way that it will take you to some different levels. So medical rep is also one of the good jobs from the different aspects I already mentioned. And apart from that, earning wise also medical rep is the one of the good profession I can say. So there are the many, if you meet the different targets for the pharma companies you are working for, there are the incentive in the 3 month, and likewise there will be the 1 quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter will be there. Then again annual incentives will be there. So if you work hard, if you meet the targets, if you achieve them, within a 2 years you will have the very good bank balance as well with the medical reps and all. So and this is also one career perspective you can see of. And if you are having 1 or 2 years of the medical rep experience, it will help you for the next step, that is a brand manager, or we can say there is a product manager thing and all. So once you are having the knowledge of field based market, what is going into the field, what all are the different strategy that you need to make a brand in that particular segment. So if you are having just B Farm and having 1 to 2 years of experience in field basis as a medical rep, then you can go with the brand management as well as a brand manager, or you can go with the product manager roles. But in the beginning there will be the brand executives, the role that the title will be given to you, or assistant brand manager they will give to you, or they will give to you product executive, or they will give you assistant product manager as well. So most of the time, if you are having the B Farm, with MBA, they are normally more higher in this particular in the brand manager. If you are doing your BPharm, then you are doing the MBA, then brand manager will be the, one of the career opportunity in the huge way. Another will be the product manager segment as well. So what is the difference between brand manager and product management? It is quite similar, but when we talk about the brand and product management, is that product managers moreover looked into the divisional vision, of the company vision, and they see over the helicopter shots, we can say. So they are looking overall, and brand manager is looking particularly for that particular one particular medicine brand. So what kind of color, what kind of the presentation should be done in the CME. Now what is a CME? That is a continuous medical education. So lastly, I have mentioned about the medical science license. There is the two type of the presentation that medical science license normally do. One is CMEs, that is continuous medical education they normally do. Another is scientific cabin presentation they normally do. So that is the one aspect that can be done. So in that particular CMEs, there is the huge role of the brand manager, product managers are there. So few companies are having only brand managers, few companies are only having the brand manager, product managers. It is quite, similar things. They are associated to each other. So very big pharma company, they have the separate department. Either most of the companies having the product managers, they look into the work of the brand managers as well. So this is the one aspect. Another is if you have done the MPharm MBA, that will be also the added benefit for your brand manager and product manager. Or if you have done this particular BPharm, or if you have done only MPharm, and if you are having 2 years of the experience in medical rep, it will help you to at least 2 to 3 years of the experience will help you to become a good or one of the very one of the very best kind of brand manager or the product manager, I can say. So nowadays Fandi has been came into the picture either in India and worldwidely. So they directly hired into this particular product management and the brand management thing. So normally as a product executives and product managers, they directly took Fandi as well. Because with the Fandi, there is most of the time they have worked in the hospital. So they are having the few ideas how these pharmaceutical companies work around. And sometimes and in weekly basis, I don't know, the different hospitals are having different rules. So I cannot make that statement that each hospital is having that. But few hospitals will also help you to sit in the OPTs along with the MD doctors. So you will have the idea how this pharmaceutical marketing goes. So because of which Pharmdis has been directly hired into the executive brand manager executive or product manager executive or product managers like that. So for them, MBA is not necessary most of the time. But if they enter into this particular genre as a product management team, in such cases, or the brand management team, in such cases, if they do, either alongside MBA, it will be the one of the benefit as well. It will be never harm. So this is the one more career aspect I can say. Apart from this, when you are the product manager or the brand manager, you have to organize the various CMEs, that is a continuous medical education, I can say. And most of the time, medical camps, field visits, and you have to see the key opinion leader performance. Now, in context of where I'm working, there is no any separate department for the medical affairs. So we have to look into the work of the medical affairs as well, huge responsibilities, like we have to give the CME scientific cabin presentation as well here. And we have to do all those scientific document support, what they need for that particular product. Everything we have to look into, whatever the medical affairs role is there. Then along with that, we have to see, about the product management thing. So you can see here I mentioned the interaction with the key opinion leaders, scientific cabin presentation with the key opinion leaders. And being a product manager, there should be the good product pricing that you can make, which segment of that particular medicine is good for that particular drug. I can say which segment is good, who is your customer, either cardiologist, physician, oncologist, either the diabetologist, either the gynecologist, where you want to position everything. You have to make as a product manager, like that, messaging the strategy, what are the different strategy that you can take, that you have to see everything. You have to make the product promotional plans, and that should be meet the revenue goal. Now, what is the revenue goal? If you are new to the sales market, not previously, it's like return on investment, like, how much investment going to cost in the promotional plans, how it's going to work, and to meet that particular target, what are the different steps has been taken, and how it will return, means that means how to meet those particular targets and all. So all these things will be there. So this all our things are there. I'm not going into the deep into this, because once this is a career opportunity session, so this is the one career opportunity that you can take. And apart from this, supporting the marketing in, developing the collateral protocols, designing the promotional strategy, and most importantly, if you are a product manager, you have to train to the field force, medical representatives, and the senior executives in the sales team. You have to give them a particularly deep depth insight of the medical, or we can say pharmacological view of that particular product and the medicine. So that's the thing, one thing you have to do. And another is proposing the new products and all. So this is also the part of the PMT has been came, market analysis, and all the other things like coordination with the R&D, QC, sales, marketing, healthcare professional always will be there. So here I have mentioned the two, jumbled thing, product management and the medical affairs. So let me clear you one thing, that medical affairs people normally they are specifically more concerned with the scientific promotion thing. They are not into this particular other things. Here I mentioned those things together, because there are the pharma companies who are not having the medical affairs department. All those medical affairs department along with the product management thing, they comes together, and one product manager have to look into all those particular aspect and perform all these tasks. So apart from this, in the pharma industry, there is quality control and quality assurance. There are the different departments are there. In that also you can excel. So quality control, quality assurance department, after your M.Pharm in Shootics or M.Pharm in any specialized, either biochemistry or anything like that, or the formulation, something like that, you can go into this particular thing. After your B.Pharm or the M.Pharm, you can go with the production as well. And there is supply chain department separately. Nowadays, big pharmaceutical companies are having. So in that cases also, they are hiring the B.Pharm and M.Pharm people as well. Because with the supply chain department, most of the time, hospital pharmacy, you have to be, most of the time you have to coordinate with, and you have to coordinate with different distributors and chemist level things and stuff. So for that particular reason, if you are having the B.Pharm degree, so you are having already idea that what are the different voluntary, logistics that can be followed in this particular supply chain. So in that cases also, B.Pharm and M.Pharm are normally hired. So apart from that, CRO and others are there. So pharmacovigilance, and apart from that, there is a clinical data managements are there. So there is many CROs, that clinical research organizations like IQVIA is there. There are Parexel is there. There is PPD. There are many others CROs are there. So pharmacovigilance will be the one options is there. So you can, as a drug safety associate or drug safety manager afterwards, or clinical data management and all, you can look into. And medical writing, that is always having, pharma company are also having the department for medical writing, that falls under a medical affairs part. And clinical research organization, they are also doing separately medical writing thing and all. So this is the one aspect where the B.Pharm, M.Pharm are also hired. And those particular things you have to be focused from your beginning of your study, which department you want to go. Now pharmacovigilance, when we talk about, most of the time we got to know, in our mind, pharmacovigilance means drug interaction, we have to check and all. So this is quite of right thing, but it is a huge aspect we can see in the pharmacovigilance. And if you like, that certain hour of job from 10 to 6 in that particular room, you have to sit there and you have to just work in the laptop, you have to go through the data, then this will be the one of, choice for you as well. And apart from that, if we see the hospital sector job, there is clinical pharmacy practices, there is clinical pharmacist jobs are there, so there is clinical pharmacologist job as well. So if we see the SCG oncology in India, they are hiring PharmD as a clinical pharmacologist as well in India. So there are many of my friends, they are working as a clinical pharmacologist as a PharmD in the SCG oncology, also a clinical pharmacist job. So first choice most of the time is PharmD, but if you have done M.Pharm in clinical pharmacy practice, or you can see that this particularly in, previously there were not PharmD in India. So M.Pharms also has been hired in pharmacology, or we can say this pharmacy practice. M.Pharm in pharmacy practice also has been hired in this particular job. So most of the time now they started taking the clinical, pharmacy, sorry, clinical pharmacist as a PharmD. And apart from that, there is a community pharmacy, and there will be the, as a community pharmacist, you have to work as a frontliner. So for that, you should not be needed to be a PharmD. You are having the B.Pharm degree. If you are having the, your M.Pharm degree, and if you are having the registered, license, you can work as a community pharmacist as well. And also there is assistant community pharmacists are there, if you are having the diploma in pharmacy and if you have already been registered. So this is the one part you can see. And another is geriatric pharmacy. So normally nowadays this is not still that much, a specialized pharmacy system has been came into the India. But if you see the in abroad, like in United States, there is a different pharmacy, departments are there. Likewise, ambulatory care is there. There is geriatric pharmacy. There is for the pediatric, there is separate. So sorry. So PharmD graduates are normally, hired in this particular specialized things. And, as a national leaders for the geriatric pharmacies, this will be the one of the career that you can say, you can look after. Another is, there is called as governmental agencies, like local, state and federal government agencies, like National Institute of the Health, Food and Drug Administration, Veteran Affairs are there, Armed Force are there, expertise from skilled pharmacists they normally need. Also, like there is, drug control of India is already there, drug controller of India and all. So where they normally drug inspectors and all, that is also the one of the pharmacy opportunities. If you fight for those particular things and all, you can look into that particular governmental agencies as well. These are the things. Another is hospital pharmacy, where any kind of your pharmacy degree, you can be a hospital pharmacist. Now, any kind means you must have the diploma in pharmacy minimum, then bachelor in pharmacy, or the master in pharmacy, or in the, your PharmD degree. Any of the, it should be there. So this is the one aspect. Another is managed care and specialized area. So this is not, already I mentioned, not in India that specialized care is there, but in United States, after your PharmD, to if you want to do a clinical pharmacy practices, or you can say if you are working as a clinical pharmacy practices professional, you must have the PharmD degree. And afterwards you can be specialized in any of, either in oncology, either in with your diabetesology, either in cardiology. So for that you need PGY1, and PGY2 in United States. That is the one aspect that you can, see in United States of America. But before that, after your PharmD, you have to clear your NETLEX, and that is again a different series, how to clear the NETLEX and all. So NETLEX is before getting registered in the Pharmacy Council or anything like that in India, like in India, something like that in United States, they are having a NEPLEX. You have to give the exam, you have to pass it, then only you will be able to practice as a clinical pharmacy practices and all. So this is the different aspect into the hospital pharmacy. Apart from that, I already mentioned in first point about the clinical pharmacist job and clinical pharmacologist. So if any hospital is hiring you as a clinical pharmacologist, in such cases, you might go into those particular genre, but you have to do the therapeutic drug monitoring as well. So those are all the career aspects that you can go into. So these all are the different career perspective. Another is teaching, like for the diploma, B.Pharm can teach, and M.Pharm also can take a class, and PharmD also can take the classes in different college and universities. So you can look after the teaching also as a one of the major as a career perspective. Many of will be not here in this position if we will not have the good teachers. So teaching is one of the good profession as well. So B.Pharm for the M.Pharm for the PharmD, it will be the one of the good profession. For additional degree that can help you is the MBA and PhD. So if you are looking into the teaching, if you are having the PhD in the specialized particular, either in the Sutix, either in any kind of specialization, either in the pathology, either in biochemistry, it will help you in the long run. If you are working into the sales marketing or in the medical affairs, if you want to choose your career, also the PhD will also help. Also the MBA will also help, because most of the time, along with your family degree, if you are having the MBA, then it will help you in the medical affairs as well, because different management skills that you may require in every aspects of that particular department. And PhD also has been hired into the medical affairs. If you are having the PhD, also there are the many other opportunities in the pharmaceutical industry, like you can be a departmental head in that particular, if you are specialized in if you have done the PhD in that particular specialized subjects and all. So nowadays, if we see most of the department heads in the multinational companies, they are having the PhD degrees, they are having the MBA degrees as well. So these both are the degrees, along with your pharmacy degree, will take you to the one different level. So you can, you can take this additional degree in upcoming days. So one major concern will be always there will be the salary expectation. And by salary wise, if you see, rather than I say that I need this salary in the beginning, you are the complete fresher, and rather than you need much salary, you need a good experience, and the salary will be, there is very one of the good movie already came into the India, that is called 3 Idiot, कि आप एक्सीलेंस के पीछे भागो, सक्सेस अपने आप झक मार के पीछे आएगी. So salary is like that only. So do what you love, okay, and see the long term vision. It's not like that ki short term vision aap isko, you are liking that particular thing and you are loving that particular thing, and if you are, if you did not get the particular result and you left that particular department career perspective and jump into the new thing, so sometimes it will not give you the proper long term excel into the career. So always do what you love, and when you are loving something in your career perspective, see the broader picture. Like after 10 years, if I today choose as a product manager, where I will be. If I am today a clinical pharmacist, where I will be. If I am a medical science liaison, medical affairs, where I will be. If I am working as a pharmacovigilance, if I am doing the, this particular drug safety associate and all, or clinical data management thing, either where I will be after the 15 years. So if you are loving that, if you love the traveling, then medical affairs and medical science liaison specifically will be the good. Product managers, brand managers, medical reps jobs are good. If you want to sit in one room and you want to work for the particular time and you go back to the home, then you can look into the factory work like the R&D, research scientist, pharmacovigilance job. That what I can say. So this is all about today's presentation. So for the long run and the benefit, think in the beginning. Okay, in the private sector, it's not like that. You are keep changing the job and going into the new areas. But the thing is, you have to see in the long run that there are the two, three things in India we can't change. One is the father surname that we carry in front of our name. Okay. Another is the degree, that bachelor degree that we have learned. We cannot change that, right? Third is the career. If you enter into that particular career and if you are giving 5 to 10 years, so that will be not going to return to you. You cannot change that 5 to 10 years. You cannot change that particular 3 years. You cannot change that particular 2 years. So see the long-term vision, what you want to be. These all are the make your career management goal and make that okay. This is the problem. It might came in the future. I will deal with this in this way. Okay, and after having the 5 to 10 years in the job in this particular area, if you work for the top pharma company, multinational pharma companies are there. So if you are working for them, and after that, if you want to go abroad in the same position, they are having the opportunity in the abroad, they can help you as well. There are the many possibilities that you can look into that particular area as well. So thank you so much, and thanks a lot, Manoj sir, for having me as a speaker. And thank you so much, everyone, for listening to this particular talk. I hope somehow it has been benefited to you. Thanks a lot, sir. Any questions, we can welcome.
Thank you so much, Kavindra. It was a holistic, helicopter view of the every career opportunity that we have right now in pharmacy. And I'm sure, the conventional jobs of production, QA, QC, apart from that, we have lot to offer for, people who actually qualify and deserve the job opportunities. And apart from this, two things that, this presentation did not cover. One is e-commerce, which is again picking up, and many companies have started recruiting pharmacists in this domain, e-commerce, Amazon, 1mg, and all these companies. And the second one is the data science. And, data science is something which again is picking up, and many pharmaceutical companies have started hiring pharmacy graduates with little experience, and they are again training them to take this data science, into next level. And there are many pharmacies, pharmacy professionals, specifically PharmDs, who are working into artificial intelligence and machine learning. That also, we'll have a separate session, because that itself is a big topic to cover. Yep. We'll definitely have another session on that.
Yep.
But
so actually, I have not mentioned that e-commerce. Rightly, we have mentioned that e-commerce and data science, because that is a complete different genre. We are here with B.Pharm, M.Pharm, and what is a core, with your pharmacy degree, and you can initially excel. Rightly, Manoj sir mentioned about this e-commerce 1mg. There is MedLife online pharmacy has been taken place. That is the area. But I have not mentioned that because it was like when you are talking about the product management, medical affairs, and completely I have made this in the hospital and the pharmaceutical sector. Absolutely. Only. So that's why I have not mentioned here. So sorry for that.
No, that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. But still, many pharmacy professionals do not know that so many opportunities actually exist. And I was speaking to one pharmacist in the afternoon today. He wants to get into regulatory, but he was not aware of what are the opportunities that are available. So that's the whole reason why we do these webinars, because some kind of awareness has to be created of the different opportunities that the pharmaceutical companies have to offer. And not just the pharmaceutical companies. Today, the world is so diluted that opportunities are coming for pharmacy graduates and professionals from different other companies as well. So we have to keep looking for all these opportunities, and we have to keep training ourselves. Learning is the key. The more we learn, the more we earn. right? And the
Yes.
earning will not happen instantly, of course. As Dr. Kavindra rightly pointed out, we have to give our best to the companies, and over a period of time, this earning will happen. It will not happen instantly. So do not, we see a lot of pharmacy graduates asking for how many days I have to work and what is the salary in the beginning. So please don't ask such questions in the beginning. First thing is what kind of delivery you can give to the company, what value addition you can give. Think about that point. Of course, salary and everything else is important, but that should not be the priority, because once you have that as a priority, then everything becomes a problem. So thank you so much, Dr. Kavindra, for those wonderful pointers. And I personally could got a lot of ideas with respect to MSL and medical affairs, so which I have been into medical writing for a long time. And thank you for those points. So participants, just in case you have some questions, we'll take few questions. You can just raise your virtual hand uh, in Zoom, and then I'll unmute you. We can take up the questions that way, or you can put in the chat box. If you don't want to ask, I'll read it for you, on your behalf to Dr. Kavindra. So both the things work for us. We are okay. But then I would encourage you to talk, because unless we ask, we will not get the answers, right? So you have to ask right questions to get the right answers. So if you want to ask anything, do raise your virtual hand on Zoom, and then we can get going. So there is one question from Sumer Gupta, Dr. Kavindra. He says, is there any scope of pharmacy in forensics?
Yeah, there is, when we talk about the forensic pharmacy, it is more often, relating to, legalization, regulatory process, and criminal justice process. Normally, when we talk about the forensic pharmacy, that comes in our mind. So, when I already mentioned about the governmental agencies, so they are looking into this particular genre. For that, you have to give, I think in India, there is the exam you have to pass. And after your B Pharm, either M either your PharmD, you have to give those particular exams. And there is not only any scope, there is a huge scope. Either if you are if you are looking at career into the forensic, there is a drug inspector is there. If you can be a Food and Drug Administration, there are the state Food and Drug Administration right now in India in many places. You can go into that particular genre things, and you can go and investigate the particular, that particular forensic where the, not legal things are going on. So there is, there is a huge scope of pharmacist into the forensic pharmacy. So it's all depends on your, interest, what I can say. And but how much it is interesting, but that much risky as well, because you are working for your government. If there is nothing, if you don't like the things, there has been the recent years where you have seen the many news. One of the lady or the husband, sorry, one of the male or the female, somebody already has done the PhD and they are working as a drug inspector, and afterwards there has been some type of I don't know it is right to mention here, but I think sorted in in the some way. So it is risky as well, but it is a huge scope, we can say. Yes.
Absolutely. So this is what you rightly said. There are huge opportunities. The only thing is we have to look out for those opportunities. And for those who are in Bangalore, there is a forensic department in Bangalore. We can go and talk to them and find out if there are some opportunities. I'm not sure. I have not come across any pharmacy professional who is working there. But then definitely it's a good point. I'll definitely check out, and then I'll try to give some pointers on that. So there is another question from Sahana. This is for Dr. Kavindra, and then I'll give my perspectives as well. So is MPharm having much job opportunities than PharmD or vice versa?
Okay, so here two things we have to understand. MPharm is a degree, that is a second degree you are doing after your B.Pharm, whereas PharmD is specialized from the beginning in the clinical sector. So if we see the overall career or the job opportunities, either the B.Pharm or the MPharm, either the PharmD they are having, in the particular specialized wise, if we see the specialized, like a particular department wise, specialization wise. If we see the overall picture, there is the young farm are having the much job opportunities because young farm course into this particular educational sector is from the long time, not from the
Yes.
last 5 to 10 years. And FAMD is very new course to India in most of the places as well. So if we see, yes, there are the many opportunities for the young farm, but FAMD are also having the very good opportunities. They are having the selective opportunities, and those are very big. Now, medical affairs, one of the boom career, I can say, and many of the people are having that particular into that those particular areas. And also the family in the clinical pharmacology sectors are there, that has been also opened. Research scientist perspective that are also open. Now in context of young farm, if you have done the specialization in which young farm, like you have done the pharmacology, there is the drug testing and all, you can go into that particular zone. There is quality control, quality assurance departments are there, you can go into that particular zone. If you have done into the biochemistry and all, there is a separate department for that. So if we see, if you ask me directly, is YAMFAM is having much job opportunity than the family or the vice versa? Yes, YAMFAM are having the a little bit more job opportunity because YAMFAM course is already there in the market from the decades of the years, and family is from 2008, there is in India. So if we see, most of the people still not aware of the family, what is it all about. So that's why Payam Farm is having one the advantage thing. So they know, okay, this is Payam Farm. They are having a specialized in this pharmacology also, no problem. We can take him in this particular sector because he's the pharmacy guy. He will learn and he can handle the things like that way. So that's what I can say, Sana. And thank you for your question, Manoj sir.
Absolutely, Dr. Kavindra, very rightly said. Even I was about to tell the same point because MFAM is a very old course and it is well established and there are a lot of opportunities for it. But now, PharmD is recognized well in many of the, MNCs and also bigger hospitals where PharmDs are playing great role in terms of clinical practice and patient counseling. And, they're acting as an interface between the doctors and the patients. That is something which MPharms, except for the clinical pharmacy guys, and not many were doing it, right? So it is again picking up, and you have great opportunities for PharmDs abroad in other countries. That those opportunities are also coming up. And as we mentioned earlier, there are opportunities in artificial intelligence, data mining, and pharmacovigilance, where MPharms are, PharmDs are doing exceptionally well. And we had done one special session on these 2 points. I have the videos on the YouTube channel, so you could just head on to YouTube channel and watch the videos. More options related to PharmDs there. So thank you, Sana, for that. Thank you, Dr. Kavindra, for answering that. There is one question from Ragul. He says, I'm interested in pharmaceutical marketing and I'm going to join my MPharm. How can I start my career in marketing after MPharm? Except medical representative, is there any jobs in marketing? So Dr. Kavindra, would you like to take that?
Yep. Yes, there are many jobs. So I have mentioned about the brand managers and product managers, These jobs are not like their product or brand managers. It is sales marketing jobs only. Okay, you are working into the sales marketing, and if you are doing, there are certain, I think, universities abroad as well, also in India, MPharm in pharmaceutical marketing, they are specified right now.
Yes.
So if you start with doing your MPharm in pharmaceutical marketing, or I'm saying like MBA in brand management or strategy thinking, or MBA in pharmaceutical marketing. There are the universities across abroad, universities are there. So if you do those particular jobs or I'm sorry, I mean to say college. If you do particular courses from that particular colleges, there is huge scope of the brand managers and the product managers, and it is all about the marketing only. Only the thing is you are looking from the top angle, being a brand manager, either from the product manager. And when we talk about the medical rep jobs, marketing from the ground level, that is you have to start as a medical rep, and that will give you the ground clearance. It does not mean that you are brand manager or you are a product manager, you will not got to know what is going into the field, because your job responsibility is designed in a such a way that at least in a month, for the 5 to 10 days, you have to go into the fields. You have to work along with your reps or medical reps or field managers togetherly. You have to do those joint works and all. So meanwhile you can go for the pharmacy surveys and all. So you will have the idea what is going into the market. Also you can make a different report format which your medical reps can fill, and they will send you, and you will have the idea. So to your question, yes, there are the job opportunities as a product executive or assistant product manager, or brand executive or assistant brand manager. You can go with your M.Pharm and you can go into this particular genre. But if you are going with, if you genuinely want to be, go into this particular sector, then for the product management and brand managers, you have to compete with the people who have done the MBA, and they come from the IIT, sometimes from the IIM, from the different place. So MBA will be the more better option if you are seeing your job into the sales and marketing, either as a brand manager or the product manager. So what I can suggest is that thing.
Yeah, absolutely, Dr. Kavindra. And to Raghul, we had done a session specifically on this topic, wherein we had highlighted the importance of doing MBA after B.Pharm for getting into sales and marketing. So you could watch that video, and there are a lot of opportunities for them as well. Okay. So just in case you want to bypass that medical representative job there and you want to get specifically into sales and marketing, you could watch that video as well. So thank you for asking that question, Raghul. Sumer says, sir, you may please tell me the key difference between medical affairs and regulatory affairs.
It's a huge difference. It is a huge difference. Medical affairs is, I already mentioned that they are dealing with the scientific prospect of that particular molecule, and they are conveying that thing to the doctors in a simple line, what I can say. Regulatory affair is like you have to deal with the regulatory things. Now, if you want to bring rosuvastatin or rosuvastatin, whatever you pronounce, into the market, then you have to go to the drug controller of India. You have to take the approval. There are the many procedures, So into that, you have to act like a license, So for the pharmaceutical company and for the your that particular, like we are having in Nepal, DDA, like Department of Drug Administration here. Like in India, there is Drug Controller of India. So to approve that particular medicine, you have to go there, you have to register, all the things completely different. There is nothing to do with anything with the doctors. You have to not dealing with the doctors, but you are dealing with the government agencies to approve your medicine, to bring that particular medicine into the market. So regulatory affairs more into the government license things. They have to act as a license between the pharmaceutical companies and government agencies. Either it is Drug Controller of India, either Food and Drug Administration is there, either any of state drug food administration is there. Any of those particular sectors are there. So with that, regulatory affairs has been working with, whereas the medical affairs as a medical science license, they are working with doctors, specifically key opinion leaders, where they give the deep insight of the medical knowledge, new researches, real world evidence data to the particular key opinion leaders. Apart from that, they also provide the medical and scientific training to the sales team. They also do that. And also for there is something called as visual ad that medical rep normally use to promote a brand into the doctor's chamber. So in that, there is the many scientific data they have to put. That scientific data has been most of the time given by the in coordination with medical affairs people. So that is the difference between that. Thank you so much for the wonderful question.
Yeah, Sumer, thank you for asking that. And Dr. Kavindra, thank you for giving that perspective. We had done a separate session on medical affairs, and also we had done two sessions on regulatory affairs. So there were one session on global regulatory affairs, and one more session was general regulatory affairs for agencies and pharmaceutical companies. So I'll just share the link in the chat box. You could, whenever you are free, you can just bookmark that link for now. Later on, you can watch that those videos in that link, and there are huge amount of information the speakers have shared on medical affairs and regulatory affairs. So you could watch that video and you'd get more clarity as to how these departments actually work. And there is again a difference between regulatory and global regulatory affairs. So you could watch that video for it. So thank you, Sumir, for asking that question, and thank you, Dr. Kavindra, for your perspectives. Next question is from Chaitrali. Hello, sir. I'm not getting which subject should be taken for masters in pharmacy. I'm wanting to take versatile subject which will keep my job opportunity in wide range. Which will be the good choice? So, Dr. Kavindra, would you want to give a perspective?
For that, you have to look into yourself, what you want to be after 10 years. So that's the thing. So when I tell you my story in very brief, I noticed that in my, when I look into myself, I'm having the good communication skills. I love to travel. I want to interact with the peoples. So I thought, okay, this is the something I want. I can sit in one room and whole day I am working on, laptop and all. So I can to work like that. So I have chosen this particular job. Now, when I talk about the PMT as a product manager, so my family degree is helping me a lot, in lot and lot, because the medical science knowledge that I have got in my family days, that is helping me to same thing to convey here as well. So medically, I am a strong few strategic thing and few branding thing that I have learned along with my job. Now combination of this work is going as a product manager here.
Absolutely.
So best thing is like that. What you are asking, which job, like which course you have to take, is you have to decide what you want to be. If you want to go into the pharmaceutical industry, and if you want to you want to go into the formulation, then they go with the formulation subjects. There are many opportunities. There is industrial pharmacy, is a separate masters in industrial pharmacy and all. That is a separate again huge thing. So it all depends on your choice. If you want to go into the clinical, there is PharmD PB as well after your B Farm. There is MPharm pharmacology, there is MPharm, pharmaceutics and all. Everything's are there. So it's all depends on your choice. Now, if you want to excel in sales and marketing, if you want to see yourself as a someday as a vice president of the company, president of the company, then go with your MBA. Go with your MBA and do the specialize in, healthcare management, either in, strategy thinking or brand building or, product management. There are many MBA opportunities available after your B Farm. So that I can suggest whatever you feel good, do that. What you want to be in the future, do that. If you want to be going to the pharmacovigilance, MPharm pharmacology is a fine. And most of the pharmacovigilance, I have seen that even though they are taking the BPharm as well. No need of MPharm also. Why if you want to excel your journey in, drug safety associate, if you want to be a, president for that particular department, you want to be a head of department for in pharmacovigilance in the top CRO company, with your BPharm they are taking. There are many of the BPharms has been hired. And if you are giving 2 years here for the MPharm and going back to the work, you are doing the same work at the right. So it's all depends on your choice. Okay, so that's what I can suggest. But if you ask me genuinely, anybody asks me that what I have to study, I said this thing only, what you want to be first, that you have to be clear, then accordingly you can go with the career flow, either MPharm pharmacology, either MPharm pharmaceutics, either PharmD PB, all the options are available. It all depends on after 10 years where you want to be. That's the thing.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Kavindra, and thank you, Chaitrali, for asking that. I can also give my perspective here. So I've been telling that, whatever subject you love, go for that subject. Don't think that, if somebody is doing in pharmaceutics, somebody is doing great in pharmaceutics, you will also do. It doesn't happen in reality. So whatever subjects you really like and love, go for that subject, and also do a research on the long term objectives, as Dr. Kavindra rightly said. So depending on that, you should be able to decide. And also before doing that, talk to your seniors, talk to your faculty members, talk to some of the people who are doing great in the field, and you'll be able to get some ideas. So thank you, Chetrali. I hope we were able to answer that. Okay, so next question is from Neha. She says completed B pharmacy and working. So Neha, it is not B pharmacy, it is always B farm. So please don't write B pharmacy, it doesn't look nice. Okay, so completed B farm and working in medical coding sector, along with that doing MBA externally. Am I eligible to apply for medical affairs department? Dr. Kavindra, would you like to take that?
Yeah. So see, BPharm with MBA is like moreover, it sounds it will give you the better picture into the PMT department, either in the brand management. When you talk about the medical affairs, you are having the knowledge, experience of medical coding. That means that you are having the knowledge of translation of the medical reports into the short course used to within the healthcare industry. I think if I write medical coding rightly. So what happened with the medical coding and medical affairs is completely different thing. Medical affairs, why they are specifically more being into the MBBS, MD in India, now they start taking the PharmD because they want proper clinical knowledge.
Yes.
And I'm not saying that BPharm is not having the proper clinical knowledge, but that syllabus is in a such a way, especially in pharmacy, they will more oriented into the basics of pharmacy and industrial pharmacy. It is a combination of the course. So if you want to go into the medical affairs department with your BPharm and MBA, you can try. It's not like that you cannot apply. You can apply for those particular jobs, and you have to be very sharp with your pharmacology and practical, medical practice knowledge. If I don't know how you can get that with the BPharm. So because of which you might get the call for the rounds of interview, but afterwards you might not get selected, what they are looking for, because medical affairs is completely into the scientific. There is nothing to do with the sales. Indirectly they are giving the growth into the sales, but they are completely, what they are doing is the scientific promotion. There is nothing. So doctor is not going to ask what is the mechanism of the amlodipine. They will be the never an issue. They will ask you directly, I got the edema of the amlodipine, how I can neutralize it, why it is happening. And in that time you need a core medical knowledge, either clinical knowledge that you can get from either from the MBBS MD perspective or the BDS perspective, or the little bit of BAMS as well. And from this side, from pharmacy profession, you need a PharmD as well. So that's the reason. So if you ask me, you are eligible to apply the medical affairs department, yes, you can eligible. You can apply for a medical affairs department. In medical affairs department, there are many departments. One is medical science license, there is clinical trial science license are there, and another is medical writing is also there. So for the medical writing, they might hire you as well. But for the clinical trial science license and medical science license, they definitely look at medical practice there who are doing that particular courses as a MBBS, MD and all, and or the PharmD. And for this, it will be difficult for them to run that particular areas to interact with the key opinion leaders, because when they say that he's a medical science liaison or medical advisor, the key opinion leaders or doctor expect you that you will give something new insight on the scientific perspective, which they are not knowing or they are not came across of that particular thing. So that's the thing, yeah, what I can say.
Absolutely. Well said, Dr. Kavindra. And to Neha, see, trying is fine. You can always try with whatever degrees you have right now. But then, as Dr. Kavindra rightly pointed out, all these companies, they expect people to be having good degrees. When I say good degrees, relevant degrees with respect to medical affairs. And most of the companies in India right now, they're preferring doctors and MBBS MDs. But in last few years trend, if you have to see, they're also preferring MPharms, PharmDs. And when I say MPharms, it is pharmacology, clinical pharmacy, and pharmacy practice. So these three, four, categories of pharmacy people are only preferred in medical affairs. But as Dr. Kavindra rightly pointed out again, you could try for product management team or medical scientific writer in these companies. And when you get into this company, slowly try to prove yourself and then get into medical affairs. But as such, these companies will not hire you with B Pharmacy degree. Okay, B Pharm degree. And then again, for you, the same point, we have done one full session on medical affairs. So please do watch that, because all these specific topics related content will not be able to produce in the relevant webinars. So whenever you come for these webinars, you can go back to these YouTube videos and then create your own notes with respect to the department or the subject that you are getting into, and this will help you to understand these webinars in a much better way. So we have already done 20 different types of job opportunities which are available in pharmaceutical domain, right from pharmacovigilance, medical writing, medical affairs, sales and marketing. All these topics are already covered. So please, whenever you have you get some time, the details of the link is already given in the chat box. Just save that link. Whenever you get some time, do watch those videos. It will give you lots of ideas and insights. Okay, so thank you so much, Neha, for asking that. Gaurav says, I'm doing a job as medical summarizer after my B Pharm. So is there any growth in this field? Dr. Kavindra, would you like to answer that?
Sorry, what was the question?
The question is, he has done his B Pharm. Gaurav has done his B Pharm. And right now he's working as a medical summarizer.
Okay.
He wants to know if there is a growth in this field.
See, medical summarizer is something I think that is related to medical writing only. You have to read the different articles, and you have to make the medical summary, and you have to give to the doctors. Am I right, Manoj sir?
Gaurav, you have to tell me, because I'm not sure what medical summarizer is actually.
Yeah, medical summarizer is something new I have came across, so that's why I think that
Gaurav, if you are here, maybe if you want to unmute yourself, just raise your hand so that I can just unmute you. Gaurav, if I can see you, I'm not sure I'm not able to see. Okay, so Gaurav is not here, no problem. I will try to contact him and see if you can provide that information.
Yeah.
Because unless we know what exactly he does.
Yeah, medical summarizer is, I don't know what he's trying to say. This is something new I have came across.
Yes.
And sometimes what happens, the companies or the new CROs or the freelancers, companies are there. So they are having, this kind of post, but internally, whatever they are doing is kind of medical writing only. So they are gathering, 3-4 big real world evidence data, and they are making the summary of it and providing to the doctors as per the query has been given. Yeah. So it is a part of medical writing. I think it might be the thing. Let's move to another question meanwhile.
Yeah. In some companies, medical summarizer guys also work with the PMT team, wherein they help summarize the clinical data for the product, for the products specific to the company. Okay. So we'll I have made a note of that, and I'll try to provide a solution to that question later on. So Devakar asks, is it possible to start a career as an MR, later be promoted to a product manager or brand manager without doing MBA?
Yeah, absolutely. And see what happened, like directly you will not get promoted to brand manager or product manager. Like let me tell you the whole sequence. Medical rep will be there, then there will be after a few years, there will be the senior medical representative, there will be the territory business manager will be there will be the area business manager, zonal sales manager, like that. Then it will be the, sales manager, then it will be the marketing manager. That is the line. That is a promotional line for the medical rep. But if you are having the 1 or minimum 2 years of the experience, and if they are having any kind of vacancies in any company as a brand manager, either as a product manager, you can apply for that, and there is the huge chance of getting into that particular department, or we can say. So directly they will not gonna give you promoted to a brand manager or the product manager. That experience will help you to get into that brand manager and product manager job. So by promotion wise, after the medical rep, there will be the senior medical representative. There will be the therapeutic business manager or territory business manager will be there. Then there is the zonal sales manager or regional sales manager. There is the sales manager. There will be the deputy marketing manager. There will be the marketing manager. Then vice president, like that it will come. So that is the complete whole, that promotion chain, or we can say promoted in such a way medical race. But yes, after the having 2 years of medical rep job, after your B Farm, and then if you apply for brand management, either for the product management, definitely there will be the higher chances of getting success and cracking the interview, and you can go with brand management or the or the product manager job, management job. Or there is one more option is that there are, if you track more nicely, or if you have the good networking in the LinkedIn, you can go with the internship in good reputed pharma companies in the product management, and afterwards it will help you to go into the product management as a assistant product manager. I have seen many of there are few of my friends, they have done the B Farm, further they go into the intern in the product management segment, and afterwards they are settled there in that same company as a product managers they are working at. So that will be also an option. So for that you have to give your 6 month, or sometimes up to the 8 months, sometimes up to the year as a intern there as well. That's what I can say.
Absolutely, yes, absolutely.
So
And
that medical summarize, you are mentioning something, sir.
what is that?
Medical summarizer, one question was there.
Yeah, medical summarizer, we already answered.
Okay.
We are
I was not much aware of that, so I think
I'll find out. I have some people in the industry. I'll find out, and then I'll provide an answer to that question. I have already the email IDs of people who have registered. So,
okay.
I'll make a note of all the questions, and then, later on I'll send a reply to them. So that's
That
not a
term is
problem.
quite new to me. That's why I think it is part of medical writing only, and there is a growth as well in the medical writer as well, for the medical writer first, second, third, and worldwidely you can afterwards groom himself as well. So there is the opportunity always there.
That's perfectly fine. No problem.
Only the thing is, it depends on our attitude, what we want to be, how we take the things and how we want to be grow. If I have a thought, 3 years back that I don't want to go into the PMT because I've done the PharmD, my story will be different,
Correct.
So I want to be in this particular place. That's why I'm here. So there is huge role of your mindset and your attitude towards the profession as well.
Absolutely. So thank you, Dr. Kavindra, and thank you, Devakar, for asking that question. Next question is from Arshita. Currently, I'm pursuing B Farm, and I want to do PharmD. Is it possible to do so? Yes, of course, it is possible. How can I get into a good college for pursuing PharmD? So you have to do your research, and there are a lot of colleges who are offering PharmD after B Farm. Dr. Kavindra had done from Bangalore. He can also give some thoughts. So Dr. Kavindra, yes.
Yes, I have done PharmD 6 years. That is directly, after your 12th, I have enrolled into PharmD. Yes, after your B Farm, you can definitely do your PharmD. That is called as PharmD PB. Again, it will take you 3 years. There are many colleges in India as well, also in the abroad. So what I suggest to you is that do good GRE score, take a good GRE score and good IELTS test, or you can say TOEFL score, and try for the United States of America, and you can go there and do the PharmD, because still in India PharmD is in the baby phase. It's not that much has been groomed up, and if you do the same thing from the United States, you will get the better exposure, and if you are having the good GRE, you will get the huge scholarship, and even you will get the stipend as well from the college side. It depends on the college as well. So that's what I can suggest. Yes, definitely there are the many good colleges, and also there are, I think recently the ranking also from the government of India has been published. There is one already. If you Google it, the top 50 college in India for the PharmD, you get from the government side as well. So you can do in India. So I think
Absolutely. So, as Dr. Kavindra rightly pointed out, instead of doing PharmD in India, you could definitely give a try in some other countries. There are better prospects there. One question is from Ahmadi Tabassum. I am a PharmD graduate. Is there any MD or diploma course to get better into clinical practice so that we can get treated as MBBS graduates at hospitals?
can I answer?
Yes, Dr. Kavindra, this is for you.
See, this is the big, I think this thing has to be clear. We are not MBBS, okay? We are not into the medical practice. We are into the pharmacy practice.
Yes.
If you want to get treated as an MBBS, you have to do an MBBS. There is no any option for that. If you want to go into the medical, as a MD doctor, you have to do an MBBS. There is no other thing. There is like in United States, there is a provision after the PharmD. There is a chances of you can do the MD, because what is in the United States, they run the MD as a separate course and PharmD as a separate course. So directly, if they are doing the MD, it will also take the 5 years or 6 years, and they are also taking the 6 years for the PharmDs also. So if we see in the last, 5 to 10 years in United States, yes, there are the MD courses are there, but you have to go for the 6 years course. And then you will be treated as hospital doctors as well. But PharmD is completely based on the pharmacy profession course. And if you want to get treated as a MBBS in India, you have to do a MBBS. There is no other choice, because MBBS are having the 3D view into the medical science, whereas PharmDs are having the 3D view of the pharmaceutical science, specifically in the therapeutic drug monitoring, therapeutics and all, because they are specialized into the drug therapeutics, 1, 2, 3, there are the separate therapeutic study you have to go through, clinical therapeutics and all. So that's the thing. So MD, or we can say PharmD, MD after PharmD in India is not possible, because medical council will comes with, वो तलवार लेके आएंगे आपको वो करने के लिए. They are already,
a lot of things are
council,
happening.
lots of time they have said that nowadays the right, many people come and say that I am also a doctor, I am also a doctor, I am also a doctor, and trying to get up. But somehow Medical Council of India is quite flexible. They have never restrict anyone to use the DR prefix if they are eligible. But what you are expecting is that is a prescription right and the medical right, guys, that will never get you. Like MBBS people cannot open a pharmacy. Likewise, pharmacy people cannot have the MBBS things with them. So both are the different thing. So if you want to go to United States and begin your MD studies, that will be there. That is the one part. But PharmD after MD will be the nowhere. Like I have done the PharmD, I'll do 3 years of the MD. It will be nowhere in the world. You have to go. You have to begin from the zero again to do the MD. But if you have the MD degree and PharmD degree, it will be best as well, because you are having the top degree in the pharmacy, you are having the top degree into the medical as well. So yeah, medicine as well. So it will help you in the long run as well. So in last couple of years in United States, the doctors who have done the MDs, they are also done the PharmDs now. So if you see many of the book writers, they have written their name, MD, PharmD has been written. So because of that, because they know the importance of PharmD, where it will be used in United States, and moreover, there are the few already hospitals are there who have given the right prescription right to PharmD as well. So that's why in United States, the MD people started doing PharmD, and to get the diagnosis and some rights, the PharmD people are doing the MDs in United States. But in India, it's not possible at all. Either in any country, it's not possible at all. Even if I talk about the Canada, Australia, if the New Zealand, it is not possible, because if you want to treat it as an MBBS, then you have to do an MBBS. There is no option at all,
No, this. Thank you, Ahmadi, for asking that question. I'm sure many PharmD professionals would have this question in mind, and we had, on LinkedIn also there were a lot of shares on this topic. That okay, what if this PharmD guys start getting treated as MBBS MD guys? So, practically, as Dr. Kavindra told, it is not possible, but then you can always prove your worth, by showcasing your talent and your learnings to the doctors and get a, good
No,
impression with them.
maximum will be the family will, after 10 years, 12 years, as the family will be groomed and Medical Council of India, also open the hands for the family. Might be there will be the some kind of specialized family will come in the cardiovascular segment, either in oncology. They might get somehow prescription right, but not a diagnosis right, and get
Yeah.
into the medical. It's
Yeah.
not possible, and I don't think because the subjects are in that way they are made. So like to treat it as a MBBS, to go and put a stethoscope and you are checking the person, that is completely different. The subject is different. Their expertise is completely different. So that's the thing. So it will not gonna happen. Neither it's happen in United States or any part of the world. Neither it will happen in India, I think.
Absolutely. Thank you, Dr. Kavindra, for that thought. And thank you, Amadi, for asking that. And I'm sure this question would clarify a lot of doubts from, other family professionals as well. So thank you so much. And there are two questions on pharmacovigilance. So this question will not take because we had done a wonderful session on pharmacovigilance. Please do watch that session. It has everything related to your, all the doubts will be clarified if you watch that session. And regarding internships, the opportunities, job opportunities and courses and everything, the basics, how to prepare interview, everything is covered in that particular topic. I've already shared the link in the chat box. You could just have a look. And I'll request all of you to please give me feedback about this session and also let us know what topics you'll be expecting during the upcoming sessions. This will help us to get more speakers and help you get more clarity on various career options in the pharmaceutical domain. So thank you so much, everyone. And Dr. Kavindra, any final thoughts to our participants?
Thank you for the wonderful question, and thank you for listening to me. And it's really nice step that Manoj sir has taken, and I really clap for you. Thanks a lot for taking this step. There are many rare students are there. They go into the there is some kind of a kida hota hai dimag mein, kyunki I'll see this, I'll see that, I'll see, but they are very narrow number, 1 to 2% are there. So it will be very much useful for those students who normally did not explore about the different pharmaceutical aspects, and when we see this particular this particular pharmacy profession, career opportunities, whatever is there. So that's the reason when previously when I talked with the Manoj sir and we discussed about the PMT, let's talk about the product manager. But I said that no, we want to talk let's take the helicopter shot and let have different clarity on the professional thing. Because if you go to YouTube, if you go to Google, you will get what is product manager, what they do, everything. But it is difficult to find the which career option you can choose and what you want to be. That is the very difficult thing. And in the last 5 to 10 years, the way medical affairs has been taken place, specifically in India, from the abroad, there is the huge already there. Still in my country, in Nepal, still the medical affairs has not been begin yet. The product managers who are taking care of all the medical affairs, job responsibilities and all. So that's what I can say. So I would like to thank you for having me as a speaker. I would like to thank all the participants for listening to me. And there is always say, if you do good for others, it will come in some way around. And I think for the Manoj sir, it will come in the some way around. Many people will bless you for this particular step that you have taken. And thank you so much once again. I think there are a few more questions.
Thank you.
I think in chat box they are asking few more questions.
Yeah, there are a few questions related to pharmacovigilance. We'll take up, I'll be sending a link to all of them regarding that. And regarding your number, few people are asking. So anyways, I'll send the LinkedIn profile link of yours to all of them. after
Okay.
this session, and then they can contact you, mutually. You can discuss.
Ravindra sir, please share email. Just sir has mentioned that you just search me in LinkedIn as a Kavindra Karn, you will get it, and all the numbers are also available on my LinkedIn profile.
Yes.
And I request everyone that if anything there is a genuine thing, you can write me anytime. I will happy to reply. Please don't write, sir, have you taken your lunch, or what are you doing? What is your weekend plans and all? But if anything is there, definitely happy to guide you. And in past time we are not having this kind of things. Technology is not that much developed, but now we are having the so much developed technology. I think we are so lucky that we are in this particular golden era as well.
Yes. Yes. So thank you everyone for your time, and thank you, Dr. Kavindra, for sharing so much of information and clarifying all our doubts. And I'll be sending an email to all of you who have participated with Dr. Kavindra's LinkedIn link. And please do connect with him. And if you are interested, you can connect with me as well if you're not connected. And we share a lot of information with respect to pharmacy, and we'll continue doing this kind of webinars. And we'll also, have a separate webinar with Dr. Kavindra on PMT, because that is something he's been doing, for a long time. So thank you everyone for your time, and we'll meet next Saturday again at 2 p.m. for something different, some new topic. And stay tuned for more information and updates on that. If you are part of my Telegram group, I share all the updates in the Telegram group. I've already shared the link in the chat box. If you want to watch the previous sessions videos, just go to YouTube and search for #ManojInfarm, and you'll be able to get all the videos and sessions that I have done so far. So 20-30 plus sessions we have done related to career options, and lot of things related to pharmacy as a career, and a lot of insights from different speakers who come from 5 years to 30 years experience in this domain. They have covered lot about pharmacy as a subject, and the various career options in pharmacy domain, which definitely I'm sure you'll not get in your college life for sure. But then by watching these videos, you may get so much of clarity. So thank you so much everyone for your time, and thank you, Dr. Kavindra. I wish you all a wonderful day ahead and a wonderful weekend. And we'll meet next Saturday at 2 p.m. sharp on some other learning journey. So stay tuned. Thank you so much.
Thank you once again. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So please
Such honor and privilege to talk with you all, and especially after a long time. I think I've done some interview of ex-registrar, or I think
that was
sir. We had a conversation.
Bhagwan sir. It was, I think, many years back we had interacted.
It is 2018, I think.
2018. Okay.
2018 I was there in Bangalore. So namaste.
Namaste, Kavindra. Thank you so much. And all the participants, thank you so much. It was great having you today on this session. And then we'll meet next Saturday, 2 p.m. Thank you so much. And with all your permission, I'm closing the session. Thank you. Thank you so much.